going to be working on lesson 10.1. Remember, write your date not your date, write your name at the top. I noticed that on some of your assignments that you're turning in, you guys are not writing your name. I know we're home right now, but you're going to be in first grade next year, and Miss Kay and Miss Bellwood are going to be expecting you to write your first and last name on every assignment, and also the date. Today is April the 9th, 2020. We are in the 4th month, the 9th day, and our year is 2020. So write 4-9-2020. All right, so the question is, how can you show which shapes can stack, roll, or slide? All right, so our primary focus of our 3D shapes is going to be the cone, the cube, the cylinder, and then the sphere. All right, so these are the 4 3D shapes that we are going to focus on. So which of these shapes can stack, or does stack? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, Miss Maldonado, I think the cone can stack, and I think the cube can stack, and I think the cylinder can stack. So when they're asking which of these shapes can stack, they're asking which shapes can stack on top of one another. So if you have a cube, they're asking, can a cube stack on top of another cube? If you have a cone, can a cone stack on top of another cone? If you have a cylinder, can the cylinder stack on top of another cylinder? And if you have a sphere, can a sphere stack on top of another sphere? So let's start with the cube. All right, so we have the cube. If you look at the cube, it has a flat surface. So it makes it easier for other cubes to stack on top of it. And here's another cube there. So can we go ahead and give that a thumbs up and say that, okay, yes, a cube can stack. So we'll put it right there for does stack. All right, now let's try the cone. Now I don't have another cone, but if you look, do you see that does it have a flat surface on top of that cone? No, it's very pointy. So if you had another cone, you would not be able to stack on top of that. So we're gonna move that to the does not stack pile. All right, what's the other one? Cylinder. All right, so here's our cylinder. Does the cylinder have a flat surface to be able to stack? If you look closely, it does. And I do have an extra cylinder right here. It's a skinny cylinder. And if you can look, you can see that, yes, it does stack. So we're going to put the cylinder over on the does stack pile. Now, the last one we have is our trusty sphere, or my make-believe sphere. Boop. That won't stay still. Now I can see why my cat's probably wanting to play with it. So now the sphere, does it have a flat surface to stack? It does not. So you would not be able to stack spheres on top of one another. They would fall off. So that does go in the does not stack pile. So if you see, we have 2 shapes that does stack and 2 shapes that do not stack.